It really is big, isn't it?
Well, I think it could have been 1 meter bigger.
Bigger?
So, yeah.
It's pretty massive.
It's maximum the 9 meters we can get, but I would have liked one more.
Well, I think it works quite well as it does. The locations in the libretto, I remember we struggled with it. They're so specific, the church, the study, and then the amphitheater in the 3 acts. I think what the trick was for me to really say, no, wait a minute, what is it really is about? It's about identity. It's about a person struggling with his identity. And the idea, I mean, it's almost too literal that in the first act, he lives only in his head. I mean, it's like this burden on him that he has his only mind. He's trying to control everything. At the same time, it's also, on another level, a God image in the church. It's like an altar. And then at the same time, it's also like a statue of Saddam Hussein or another despotic leader.
That's the thing about it. It's when you make it just simply because of the size, it becomes sort of a relic, sort of a really totalitarian image also somehow, which is sort of the scaring part of it in the beginning at least.
And there's just something massive about, because it's so far downstage that when Marius stands up in the beginning and stands in front of it, I mean, the first time I saw it, you have so many stories told before I don't have to do anything, just him standing in front of that thing, telling about the pressure on him being king, having to be that with his tiny, fragile little body. And then, of course, I think it really was, the breakthrough was the idea of then that he takes refuge inside his own mind, that we can turn it around.
Yes.
I'm almost worried whether the symbolism is too clear or thick even, you know, with his conscious and his subconscious and that he lives inside his own mind. I think the piece needs clarity too, doesn't it?
It does. We do need to tell the story, and I think this does it quite well. I wanted to do completely digital. You go from digital model to producing this in full scale from a digital
3D
model.
print?
Yes.
In 1:1?
No, not 3D print, but 3D milling. But for some reasons we did reverse engineering, so this is actually a 3D scan of my physical model.
Handmade,
once in 5025 model.
So the small errors in that model.
All these lines here are actually from my 3D printer.
And that got translated.
Reproduced.
So all the mistakes
all my mistakes from the scale model is upscaled 25 times.
That's funny.
Which I think gives it some kind of
but
weight.
Can I ask, because to be honest, when we had the model, I was slightly worried about how you didn't want it to be polished, how you didn't want it to be a perfect bronze statue, how you know build in the joints and build in the rust and when you see what you call it, you know, you see the polygons up there as if it's been sculpted. I was quite worried about that it wouldn't look impressive or strong enough. I mean, you were right, but what was the thinking?
I think it's because when we use the polygons, it gives me an impression of a very solid material behind it. One thing I always fear about things on stage is this styrofoam feel.
It tries to look real.
It tries to be massive stone, for instance, but you can kick it and it falls over. But this, incidentally, this is styrofoam with a layer of resin, but it makes it look solid because of these polygons that comes in and gives an idea of a very heavy material.
See, that's another reason why you're a set designer, I'm not, because I would not, I think in the model I would have preferred it, to be completely honest, if I hadn't trusted you, because if it wasn't like the 35th production we do together, I know I should just shut up at some point, I would have thought it was stronger if it was completely polished and beautiful, but it actually gives it it exactly makes it look real in a funny way, much more than if we tried to make it look real. So that, hats off to you.
It's okay.
But it looks like a statue. I mean, it looks like it's been put together by bricks. We spent so much time thinking about this and going through all these possibilities. We ended up with the idea of the head and all of that. And suddenly I realized we've actually come full circle and come back to Szymanowski asks that the first act is set in a church, the second in the king's study, and the third in an amphitheater. And in a way, with the head there in the first act, there's a very religious, formal place, it feels like. The second act, when it turns around, inside his mind, his study is there. And then the third act, you have a kind of amphitheater. In a way, the piece tricked us, so it brought us back.
You make it sound very, very simple to be a set designer.
If only. That was 2 years of... But it's amazing how, without really knowing it, I think, we ended up... The piece demanded those 3 locations, although we found our own way of doing it, didn't it?
Sure.